I'm going to talk about two things that have bothered me a bit recently. The first one is more recent. The second one has kind of bothered me for a little bit longer. And with the recent one, it is that my computer is no longer functional. I've had a critical hardware failure and my hard drive is no longer functioning, right? Basically, I cannot turn on the computer and use it. Well, what does that mean to you? I had about 80 or so videos that I had recorded but not yet uploaded to the channel that I now believe will be lost forever. That is a little bit disappointing to me, particularly because some of those videos were quite good, right? Like, there were at least a couple of them that I can think of and remember that I feel would have been in the top five videos that I've made. So I'm a bit disappointed that I won't be able to share that same high quality stuff that I made with you. The thing that I think about with that is like, okay, first, what to learn from it. I even had like recently bought a flash drive and began to back up a number of the videos. But the videos I did were after I had edited them. And so they're basically the same as the videos that I put on YouTube, which now looking in hindsight, it's like, well, the videos are on YouTube, so they're already in one place that you can access. I can re-download them. So do I really need to be putting those on the flash drive? Maybe it would have been better to have put the unedited, unreleased videos on a second location. Yeah, I guess in hindsight that is the case. Like my thought was like, even with those videos, right? Those were the released ones were the ones I would go back and edit when I was making clips. I have stopped making clips recently, but still have some thoughts about potentially doing that in the future, or getting back into shorts some way, somehow in the future. Not on the immediate horizon. But also, it was fairly recently that I have gotten to the point where I am being more productive in terms of my recording and releasing of videos, right? Those 70 to 80 videos were from between March of this year to now. So over the last 4 months, right? Which is about the same as like the first couple years of having this channel, which shows like the dramatic and noticeable increase in productivity in terms of number of videos I record, and which hopefully you can see, increase in productivity in terms of the number of videos I am putting out online. But still a little bit disappointed to lose work that I have spent months creating. At the same time, I recognize like being disappointed or sad or whatever at this point is not productive. Like it's done, you know. To the extent the videos are lost and gone, like they're not coming back. And so it'd be great if somehow like could get my computer repaired and get the videos back, but I really don't think that's going to happen. So it is what it is, and that causes me to think, okay, well, like, what is the best reaction, knowing that that's kind of outside of my control, and at this point, it's in the past. I think the best thing is, like, accept it quickly, you know, don't continue to, like, harbor on it and feel bad about it, because it's done now. Think what I can learn from it. One is like potentially keeping the videos in two locations until they're released, right? Because once they're released, they're online, easier to access. I had been like deleting them from my phone the second I uploaded them to my computer. So they would only be in one place, which is on my computer. I did have the option of using like the cloud to back it up, but I had been hesitant to do that and didn't think it would be necessary. Like in all the years of me working with computers and owning them, like I have not had a hard drive failure like this before. So pretty unexpected and like I would consider like low probability event, but something to think about in the future of like, okay, keep it in, it's important to you, keep it in a second location. All right. The other thing to like learn from it that I would like to take from it now is like potentially being more agile in terms of cutting down on the time from when I record videos to when I release them, so that I'm not losing work in the same way. And certainly over the past few days, without the computer to be able to store the videos, that has been the case. Been recording them on my phone, doing just the most minimal editing in terms of like, before I start the videos, there's a little brief warm-up period, and after I end it, it's me reaching around to the other side of the phone, turning off the camera. So like editing those parts out. But for the most part, recording, uploading, very quick turnaround, very minimal editing. And that is even something that I would like to do more so that I can get the videos out more quickly, not have this incident happen again. And because I would like to it just cuts down on the amount of time I'm spending per video uploaded. And that has been something that has been strategic and intentional in my approach, is that when I started out, I would spend more time researching the video, kind of thinking about what I wanted to talk about beforehand. And then I even shifted later to, with the clips and some of the videos I put out as well, like rewatching them back, spending more time editing it, cutting it up into pieces to then re-release in different parts. So those things were, again, time consuming and not quite the parts that I enjoyed the most. So I adopted a different strategy of, instead of focusing and spending as much time on editing, how about I just increase the quantity of the videos I'm putting out and trust that as I am putting out more videos, as I am putting out more videos, taking more opportunities to practice my communication, my delivery, my range of expression, then I'll get better at those endeavors, right? I'll get better at being able to just speak what's on my mind, have less of a filter between what's in my head and what comes out of my mouth, be able to just freestyle, take it off the top of the dome, like those sorts of things. And also like, I feel like it cuts back on like a bit of the like self-judgment. I'm just quickly turning it out, quickly saying what I think, quickly putting it up. It's less time thinking like, was that good? Let me revisit it in a few months, see how I feel about it then. Just more like, hey, put it out there, be vulnerable. Doesn't need to be perfect. It's not the point. I'm not spending as much time ahead of time researching to try and make it really good. Not spending as much time cutting it up, finding the best parts, but instead trusting my kind of intuition and expression a little bit more, of just say what's on your mind, good, bad, or indifferent, like put it out there and trust that as you do it more and more, you'll get better and better and the quality will improve that way. That's one way to get the quality improved. The other way, quality improved, do more pre-search, like looking up things beforehand. Another way to get the quality improved, spend more time after the fact, cutting out and putting out just the best parts. So I feel like I've experimented with a number of different things on the channel, as you've probably seen. And this is the place where I'm at right now. Right? Like I said, has the benefits, save me a bit of time, save me a bit of like potential judgment, save me having to rewatch the videos in the same way. Like particularly the editing for like clips. End up watching the video like multiple times through. Probably more than anyone else at this point, but like, all right, I don't mind being my own biggest fan. Like, that's cool. But yeah, also want to like develop the intuition, develop the expression, and do it in a way that is also time efficient. So, doing it. The other thing that has kind of bothered me, right? And it's been something that has been simmering for several months, and something that I talked about in several of the videos that I believe now you'll never get to see, right? And that is this idea of, so I'll put it this way, like a number of people who know me and have spent quite a bit of time around me have shared that I tend to underestimate the amount that other people like me. Right? And that has been something that has been on my mind for a while, and something that I would like to address. Right? I see that as something to overcome at the very least, right? And something that is holding me back. Like to the extent, because I feel like to the extent that I am not recognizing it when others are putting it out, it causes me to react differently towards them, right? If I go up, start a conversation with some strangers, feel like I am not getting a warm reception, even though others would look at the same situation and be like, no, that is a pretty warm reception. Like, it is a warped sense of reality where I would want a more accurate sense of reality, right? And with this warped sense of reality, right, if I don't feel like I'm getting warm responses or responses that are as warm as is actually the case, then that would influence how I act, right? I may not be so inclined to then offer the opportunity to see each other again, connect more deeply, follow up in the same way. So it kind of impacts the progress and like potential new relationships that I could form, because I am perceiving something that is different than what is actually happening, right? And I feel like the issue I see with it, the thing that bothers me is that I feel like it speaks to perhaps me focusing on the things that are maybe more negative or not quite as good as I would like, instead of focusing on the things that are really positive or that are really going well, which I feel like has been an issue from the past, and which I have talked about in a number of videos. So that is something that is on my mind, right? And I think like what also comes to mind is like some advice from a mentor that I have, right? He would adopt the view that, I think in seeing my behavior and all, he would adopt the view that I should be showing my interest in others more, right? For two reasons. Like, one, I get more comfortable in showing my interest overall, right? Get more comfortable in sharing myself, get more comfortable in maybe being more vulnerable, putting myself out there. And to the extent that like those are issues, you address it more directly and more completely by opening up, extending the invitations, right? Showing the interest and being a bit more direct in doing so, right? It doesn't mean just like go wild, be crazy. Like, you still gotta feel people out, like still gotta, warm things up a bit, let's say, but put it out there. Like, and I take that as something that's on me to do. I think the other thing is that, like, in showing the interest, right, in extending the invitations, right, in raising the temperature a little bit, like, it can help other people react more positively to me, right? As I said, like, to the extent that I don't see it from other people, like, it can cause me to react differently. The same kind of works in reverse, right? Like, to the extent that other people react positively to me, and that encourages me to, like, keep going, be warmer, and extend invitations for, like, further connections. If I show the interest first, it can be encouraging to the other person to show interest back, to invite me to connect more deeply, to become friends and partners and whatever, to the extent that perhaps they would not have before. So that's been on my mind. And, like, it's been on my mind, but the thing I've kind of, like, said to myself is, well, it's not always been my goal necessarily to connect with everyone at a super deep level. Like, I have wanted to get over, like, a big goal of mine has been to, like, reduce or eliminate any internal friction to starting conversations with people, right? If I see see a group of people there and I'd like to talk to them for whatever reason or reasons, I don't want to feel, like, hesitant to start the conversation, right? I want to start the conversation. Sure, if I get negative feedback, okay, like, consider ending the conversation or consider what I could adjust to do better next time. Move on to the next conversation, whatever. But, like, that internal friction to, like, start, that I feel like is something that is under my control, right? The reaction is not under my control, so I'm not even so worried about that as much. But, like, the part about starting it and my own actions, like, and even my own reactions, like, those are things that I control, that I have influence over, that are in my domain. And so, like, that has been one of my main goals, is, like, reduce or eliminate the internal friction to starting conversations. And how I practice that, or how I work towards that, one of the main ways is going out and starting many conversations over the course of a night. What I feel like works a little bit against that is if I get in a conversation with a group of people or a person and stay in conversation with that person for a long time. This has sometimes meant that instead of going out with friends and staying out in conversation with those friends for a long time, I have instead chosen to go out alone and start the conversations with a lot of new people so that I can work against that internal friction, right? And so the idea of, like, getting in a conversation with one, showing a lot of interest, having that interest come back at me so that we're connecting more deeply, talking more, having a longer conversation, that works a little bit against the start conversations with a bunch of different people, so that I am practicing starting the conversations and getting more comfortable with that. But it's not really a one or the other thing. It's a both thing, right? Really, I would like to get better at both. I would like to get better at starting conversations with a lot of different people. And big goal of mine is also to, when I start conversations with people, connect with them in a more meaningful way, right? Like, I would like to have it so that the people I interact with end up having a more fun night because they interacted with me, right? Like, I want to be able to bring that joy to others and, like, help them enjoy themselves, enjoy the night, enjoy the environment, like, more because of their interaction with me. And to the extent that I would like to do that, like, sharing that I enjoy their company, showing the interest, perhaps raising the temperature a little bit more so that we have a deeper, more meaningful, more memorable connection, those things do help the second goal, right? And so got to keep getting out there, got to show more interest, and that is something that I feel like I actually have been improving at, particularly recently. But again, getting the feedback shows and reinforces that it's something where I still have room for growth and room for improvement. So it is on my mind, and gonna keep getting out there, gonna keep doing it, right? Like, that's just the way I see it. Is like both things. Okay, the way to keep doing it is like keep practicing, keep getting better. Because the more I practice, the more I will get better. And listen to the feedback. Think about the things that I could change and do differently in the future. Think about areas where I can improve. Consult more resources, right? Like listen to the mentors more. Watch the videos. Listen to the podcast. Read the books. Like, all good things. And like, it's happening. It's happening. Like even like affirmations. Another thing I'm doing to like try and mentally reinforce this idea of like, no, this you are loved, right? You are attractive. People do like you, and so like embrace that and feel it internally. And I feel like as I get this down, it will really be transformational for me, right? I feel like, again, already a number of people have shared, like, if you could see the way that I see you, like, you might carry yourself differently. Like, you might act a little different. You might have a little bit more swag. You might be way more prone to start the conversations because you feel like, that you're offering people a special gift, right? You're offering them the opportunity to have like an amazing night. And okay, if they don't want to accept it, like, not like I was doing anything wrong. I was being gracious. Like I was being amazing. Like, all right, you don't want the amazing time. Like, okay, not even gonna think about it. Not even gonna spend time like reflecting on it too much. Gonna go back on and give the gift to someone else. Like, share the light with someone that's more ready and willing to receive it. And like, that could be even more effective. Have these like deeper connections where it's maybe taking more time to get there or not getting there because I'm not seeing the signs that I would like to see. Like, so I feel like it will truly be transformational. And I feel like, again, like, would help me get better results. And as I get better results, help like reinforce some of these positive changes that I'm making. And so I feel like it'll be like the momentum of these changes, of my improvement, of my growth will grow, and we'll have kind of a snowball effect to where it just compounds in like a greater way. So I'm excited about that, like, and embracing the challenge of opening up, sharing my interests, sharing how much other people mean to me, sharing how I'd like to connect with them further, sharing how they have had an impact on me, sharing how I've enjoyed seeing them, sharing more of myself even when I feel like I'm not quite getting the signs that I would like, right? Like, even with the channel and the YouTube videos, like, putting out way more videos, even though, like, none of them have, maybe had, like, the wild success that I imagined in the beginning, but, like, okay. And the thing is, like, as I'm putting out more, I am getting more success. Like, the number of subscribers has gone up, like, and is going up at kind of an exponential rate. Like, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Growth at like an exponential rate. Like, the amount of time it took me to get the first, 10 subscribers versus the last 10, like, way, way different. And that can, like, compound and build on itself over time. That as I get more subscribers, as I get more views, it's shared more widely, then more people come in, more people watch it. It's, like, all looking up. as I choose to like embrace this new challenge, this new area for growth, and this new perspective. So I hope that's like something that you can think about as well. It's like, what if you got more of the signs you were looking for by kind of taking that first step? By being the one to show the interest more, right? By being the one to start the conversation more. By being the one to share how much you cared more. With that, I wish you well, and I love you.